Okay, we're live. So hello, internet. Biz, say hello.
Oh, hi.
So like,
Hello, internet.
anyhow, as I was getting ready to fucking rant, as somebody who's very much aware of their ADHD now, I can't. I have a fucking issue with how long some games are, and that's like a weird thing because like most people want their games to be really long, and I want games to be really long if they're like new things all the time. But like in an open world game like Legend of Zelda, like Breath of the Wild, it's a lot of the same scenery and a lot of the same like things you're doing, and I fucking cannot. And I'm sure that's a controversial take. But like, I cannot keep my fucking focus long enough just doing like the same 5 things but with a different text, like a different like fucking just a little bit mildly changed. It's just I can't do it. I can't do it.
So what you're saying is your ADHD is fuck, and you cannot, for the life of you, focus on your task at hand because something else looks shiny and you have to go to it.
I mean, that's one way to put it, sure. I would just say, like, if it wasn't for the fact that 90% of the game is just shrines with different, like, it's like eating the same, it's like eating ice cream but in different flavors the whole game because they're all just, it's just shrine, 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 then it wouldn't be so bad, but, it is just shrine, shrine, shrine. It is not that it's not good, it's just like, I only have so much attention span for it.
I can only do that for so long.
Yeah.
But then also, I have my OCD side that's like, well, you have to do every shrine in the game, otherwise you're a failure and your parents will never love you, which that ship has sailed, but that's not the point.
Is there something you want to talk about there?
Not really, but I also
Fair
am
enough.
trying to figure out why my nipples are hard right now. So, there's several things going on. I think it's just that it's getting cold up here.
What happened?
I think I don't know, I think it was rage. I think that was rage.
Yep.
I don't know.
Your nipples get hard via rage?
Don't yours? Because if
The
not,
hit video game Rage?
I need to go see a doctor, like,
Yeah,
now.
that doesn't. I get nipped out when I'm cold.
Nipped out.
Other reasons, but not for that.
Oh. I've heard people say that when they get horny, their nipples get hard, and I've never had that.
That I wasn't gonna say that, but I can't confirm nor deny that myself.
Oh, that's a weird thing for me. I don't know, Spencer. Do you?
Do I what?
Your nipples get hard when you get horny?
So here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I don't really get all that horny.
Yeah, you know, I thought about that after I said the question.
Yeah, it was really funny to me, honestly.
Yeah. No, I realized what I did wrong.
it's all good.
I thought it was really fucking funny.
The head of the Terre Haute LGBTQ center is speaking at my church on Sunday, this coming Sunday. And the fucking head of the church is a gay guy, and he goes, one of the other guys goes, well, he's the guy who's setting it up. He's like, well, there's gonna be like a question and answer part, so like think of some questions you can ask. And without missing a fucking beat, the head of the church guy, he was just like, what does a dick taste like? I laughed so fucking hard. And he goes,
And you're like, well.
he just goes, what? That's what they used to ask me? Christ.
Without missing a goddamn step.
He didn't even pause to take a breath. He just, what's a dick taste? By the way, this guy's like 60 something. And him and his husband are both like just that you would not know that either of them are gay unless I told you. Like they just seem like just dudes, just 60-year-old dudes.
They said, what flavor's the pea?
What flavors? What's a dick taste like?
Blue raspberry.
That's funny.
If it did, my wife would be much more down, much more often.
That's fair.
Yeah, it must not. She told me it tastes like a
I don't know,
skin
man.
lollipop when I told her that story.
That's a weird way to describe it.
Well,
I don't have a descriptor because I don't know. So
Have you met my wife? I mean,
I have.
Yeah, I mean, weird way to describe it. I don't think she could find a normal way knowing her.
No, that's understandable.
Is
I
it?
mean, we all hear the way that I describe shit, so.
Fair. Any hoozle, now that we've had 2 odd conversations,
That's normal for us.
Yeah. Anything else you guys? What's going on with you guys?
So
Work.
I've been getting back into my old love of particular games, Final Fantasy 14. Although I'm not going to say that I currently love it right now, but like I'm playing it.
Yeah.
I've been playing a little bit of Civilization, Civ 5 and Civ 6.
I have Civ 6 on one of my consoles.
I think Civ 6 is actually a lot better than people give it credit for.
I feel like it is a dumbed down version of Civ, but it's good.
That's probably an accurate way to describe it.
Like, I prefer a dumbed. I feel like Civ had too much going on most of the time, for me at least. But I'm stupid, so.
For real, for real.
Mm-hmm. Big dummy.
Yeah, I never got into Civ personally.
If you're gonna ever get into Civ, I think the best place is Civilization Revolution.
I don't think I've played that one. I've only played 5 and 6, and I think I watched my friends play a little bit of like 4 in college.
Civilization Revolution. Civ Rev was the like console Civilization. It was for like Xbox 360 and PS4.
Then that's the one that I watched him play.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a really simplistic version of the game, but again, I think that simple is better in this case. I've been playing a fuckload of D&D.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm hosting.
I have been playing D&D as well.
Yeah, I'm DMing
Yeah.
2 campaigns right now.
I am a player in the campaign that I'm in.
I want a campaign where I'm the player. I want a campaign that I don't have to think about. But I have one that's like a homebrew in the Lost Realms, and then I have one that is official D&D that we're playing through. If I just spoke over your head, let me know.
No, you're good.
Okay.
This mic picks up fucking anything I can drop a pen, and there it is.
Yeah, I have the same thing with this mic. I generally keep it like really fucking far from me though, but Sarah's sleeping, so I'm trying not to talk real loud, so it's like real up in my face. Compared to where it
That's
usually
fair.
is. Yeah, so you can probably hear my fucking lips smacking.
Nah.
Oh, and my
I'm
child's
just
good.
playing Blue and Tower Defense.
My child's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing great. There's nothing to report on that front.
She's doing fine. I have a kid. She's all right.
Yeah, she's still alive, still has a pulse. Getting a little sassy
That's good to hear.
sometimes, but not with me. So, that's fine.
You going? Are you for
So
real?
it's
For real
funny.
right now?
Yeah. It's
Is it the
funny.
kind of funny that you're not supposed to laugh at?
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my issue. Is that every person that she's mean and shitty towards, she tells them what she wants, they ignore her because she's a kid and act like that she's not telling them what they want, and then they get mad because she's not listening to them, and it's like, well...
I told you.
I told you.
She literally told you what she wanted, and then you ignored her. Then you told her what you wanted, and she ignored you. I feel like it's fair.
What's the issue?
I'm not gonna mad at her for that. I hope that she keeps that attitude as she gets older. Respect begets respect. I don't know.
Yeah, no. When the kids start getting sassy, it gets super funny. It's really hard to stop, like not laughing at them, because that's when things get bad news bears.
But if you do laugh at them, you're feeding into the...
Mm-hmm.
No, she's...
It's one of the hardest things in my life.
She, she's having issues at her grandma's house, and she'll tell her grandma straight up, I want to go to Dad's house. And then she won't call me or tell me that she's wanting to leave. And then Dolly acts like a bitch. And it's like, well, she doesn't want to be there.
Here we are.
She wants to go home. Like,
She
fucking
clearly told you.
She clearly told you she wants to go home. What did you expect her to do?
Your daughter's being a bitch.
Well, she gave you instructions on how to make her not a bitch, and you didn't listen. So there you go.
She didn't follow the instructions on card reader. God.
I don't know. I just think I think it's a weird like social thing that we have where it's like kids aren't allowed to know what they want, and it's like that's just not how that fucking functions.
Yeah.
But I see it all the time with other parents, and it's like
It really does happen a lot.
I cannot understand it. I cannot for the life of me fucking grasp why it is that everybody in the world is allowed to know what they want except for fucking kids.
Because, let me think about this answer for you. Fuck you.
That's fair.
That's why.
We if we ever had a chance of getting our podcast monetized, we've definitely dropped the F-bomb too many times for that to ever happen. I just want to point that out.
That's fine. I'll try to do better next time.
No. It's mostly me.
Is it? Because, like, I'm right here.
Oh yeah, no. Did you even used to cuss? Like, wasn't that a thing that you is that just Kyle and Liz?
No. No, I don't. I wouldn't swear in front of my parents. But the moment that I am no longer in an environment like that, it just kind of goes off the fucking handle.
That's so fair. How is things doing with your family?
I don't see my parents super often. My sister's engaged. My nephew's still my nephew. He's great. Love him. And my older sister's great.
That's good. These are all
Yeah,
good
my little
things.
sister's getting married next year.
Yeah.
And,
These are
yeah.
things.
These are all things that are happening. My parents exist. Don't see them super duper often. Which obviously they don't enjoy, but here we are.
I don't know. I'm surprised they don't think of you as a heathen and not want to see you, to be quite honest. I mean,
I know they want to see me all the time, actually. Like all the time.
have you told them to stop being needy?
All the time. No, but it is what it is, I guess.
That's fair.
But yeah, no, they do want to see me a lot, which I understand. Like, obviously I don't see them anymore, and they're used to seeing me on a daily basis from back in the day. But
From
I don't know.
when you were a needy little child.
Yeah, when I was a needy little child. But yeah, no, it's basically just been that. I don't know how dedicated my dad is to the Spencer's gay train still. Because I haven't asked. But
Wait, there was a Spencer's gay train? Because I think I might have started that train on accident. I'm sorry if that's a problem.
no, my dad wholeheartedly believes that Spencer was gay.
It's true.
Like, okay, well, So here's the thing: is if you say you're anything but a straight person,
I mean,
to a lot of people,
he
you're
hasn't
gay.
said that at all.
Yeah.
Like-
This is true.
Yeah, we haven't. Well, yeah. Obviously, if you say you're ace, then people are like, "Oh, you're gay." But
Well, yeah,
yeah,
I mean, like,
no,
I fuck with you about it. But I don't
actual
mean
sexuality hasn't come up at all in conversation.
it. Oh, he's just being an asshole then.
He just says, "Spencer sounds and acts like he's gay," and that was it. He never said any of this to my face, technically directly. It was all heard when he was talking about it with my older sister, and then she obviously told me because she ripped him a new one for saying it. But yeah.
I've been getting a lot, like an unfair amount of being called gay lately, and I don't
Really?
like a lot. Yeah.
Why are you designate homosexual?
I paint my nails.
Oh, that's gay.
I have blue hair. I act effeminate because I do, and that's really all it takes for everybody to decide you're gay.
It really is all it takes. Is that all it takes, Spencer?
Pretty much.
Yep. And then
I don't even have blue hair or paint my nails. Still.
yeah, no,
It's true.
I would be considered gayer than Spencer, to be sure. I mean, I paint my nails black, but it doesn't matter. Nails painted.
You're just edgy gay.
Yeah. I'm fringe gay.
French gay.
Fringe gay.
Oh, fringe. Okay.
Fringe. On the fringes of being gay.
Hashtag borderline.
Hashtag Borderlands, best game ever, which is also kind of a gay game.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I know. My friend Kyle, his sister, I guess they were talking about me, and she was like, "He's the gay one, right?" And they were like, "He's fucking married with a kid." Well, they didn't say fuck, but you know.
They would excuse me?
Oh, what?
I need a ninja monkey, man. There we go.
I used to paint my nails in middle school, and I remember my dad was absolutely convinced I was going to be gay.
That sounds about right for your dad.
Like, it got to the point where, like, he did this thing where he would buy me, like, or, like, rent, like, American Pie movies and shit, and give them to me to watch to try to get me to be not gay, I think. And then he kicked me out of my house for being a sexual deviant.
Well, he started.
He created the monster. You know, it's like
that was his goal from the beginning. Clearly.
Yeah, he wanted me to be like.
He turned you into a sex-crazed monster, and he's just like, "You're horny," and you went, "Your fault," and then he's like, "No, it's you."
Oh no! At this time,
and then he went, "No, you," and
at that time in my life, I was not smart enough to say your fault. I just, it was self-hatred. I didn't realize that I was a monster that was created, not.
Oh, I understand.
But now looking back on it, I'm like, oh no, he made that monster. To be fair, it wasn't actually that bad, at all, because I was actually like fucking straight edge in school. But hey, making out with girls is the devil.
It is.
Oh, is that what you got in trouble for?
Well, no, I got in trouble because I was 18 paying most of the bills, and I took a girl into my bedroom and shut the door. That's what actually got the fight started.
How'd you get in trouble, Spencer?
How did I get in trouble?
Look at him.
Let me see.
I didn't get in trouble that much as a kid, to be honest. Like,
the only time I got in trouble was not doing schoolwork and not cleaning my room.
I mean, like, yeah, I got in trouble for stuff like that, but it's not like it was anything that I got, like, punished for, really.
Oh, I got grounded the whole summer.
I was definitely the good kid out of my brothers and sisters, though. So I never really got in trouble until, like, I never got in trouble unless it was a big trouble, you know?
That's fair.
And then when I, like, actually did something to get in trouble while I was already an adult and making my own decisions.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to make your own decisions in life, in our age group at least. What? Your parents have to decide everything for you.
Sorry, my bad. I forgot.
So, like, the people, the older people that I talk to nowadays are very open-minded old people, and it's still, like, it's, like, fucking ingrained in their culture to have, like, overabundance of control and assume that younger people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm like, I'm fucking 30. Like, I'm not a kid. What?
We got little kid Charlie out here.
Well, there is a guy that's
He's just a baby boy.
When you get to 103, yeah, I agree. I'm a fucking baby, but
he's just a little guy.
Yeah, it's because I'm so cute.
He's just a little baby boy.
I'm so fucking cute. Nobody can stand it, and they just assume I'm an infant.
Yeah, is that how it works?
You had a rant you were gonna go on about something.
Did I?
Yeah, you said save it for the podcast.
Oh, you mean how I how I had Ritalin for the first time?
That was it.
Oh my god. So I took it while I was at work for obvious reasons. But that was hands down the most productive day I've ever had in my fucking life.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I was on the fucking medication I was on. It was just like, I could actually get shit done.
Like, it was honestly insane. It was about like, I was quiet for almost an hour straight, and then Taylor was like, "Hey Biz, I think it's working."
How does Ritalin affect somebody who is like non-neurodivergent? I don't know what the word is for that. Does anybody know?
Like normal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't have ADHD or what have you.
So yeah, like what they consider neurotypical. I think
that's the word.
Yeah, that's the word.
Neurotypical.
So because Adderall or Ritalin is a stimulant, it will actually just give them like a whole lot of energy to do a whole bunch of different things. The issue with people with like some ADHD is that they have the energy to do things, they just can't focus it anywhere. So it'll actually, instead of giving them more energy, it'll just help them narrow that and focus it into one point.
So the stuff I was on obviously isn't technically ADHD medicine, but what mine did for me was like when I first started taking it, I had a lot of body hyperactivity, not mental. But then, like, I was able to pay attention to the things I wanted to pay attention to, which was not something I can normally fucking do, until it would wear off in the evening, and then I would still, like, just have body hyper sometimes. But, it didn't... I don't know. My doctor said that it didn't work the way it should have, because I didn't know I was ADHD when I got put on it. But I don't know how to exactly describe what happened.
I mean, and like, it affects everyone differently. Like, you may just like exhibit symptoms of that, which is why it takes fucking forever for someone to actually get correctly diagnosed.
Yeah.
Well, it was because of that medicine that I was on that I was able to, like, figure out that I was ADHD, because I told her how the pill was working for me, and she was like, that's not how it should be working for you. And I was like, oh. And then later on, I was thinking, like, I was listening to somebody talk, or I was talking to somebody, and I was like, huh, I talk weird sometimes. I think maybe I might be autistic. So I took an autism test, and it said, no, you're not autistic, not even kinda. And I was like, maybe ADHD. And I took the ADHD test, and I was like, oh, fuck.
You went, well, son of a bitch.
I was 2 points below the maximum for ADHD, like, symptoms. So then I went to my doctor and got an official diag.
Well, they did it that quick, huh?
Do what?
Said, wow, they gave you a diagnosis that quick, huh?
Well, it was because of the way I was telling her that the medication worked for me. She already knew that something was up. So when I said that, I took a ADHD test. She was like, that makes fucking sense. But yeah, it didn't. It was literally like 10 minutes in her office, and she was like, oh yeah, no, you're ADHD. Why was it like a struggle?
And you went, well?
For me, no, like, I still don't have, like, an official diagnosis.
It's true.
I don't think they're necessary anymore. So, like, you know, I think there's a lot of people that talk shit about people who self-diagnose, but logically, as knowledge and medicine and everything becomes more and more commonplace, like, people are going to become more and more capable of self-diagnosing. The more we know about diseases, the easier it is for somebody to go, yeah, those are traits I have, you know?
It's kind of like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think we're getting to the phase where, like, official diagnoses of some of those diseases is just wholly unnecessary. It's like, you know, back in the day, people would say, I have a demon in me, maybe, I think, and then they'd have to go to the doctor to decide whether or not it was a demon or the cold. And then at some point, we knew enough about the cold for everybody to go, oh, I have a cold, you know? It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I know, I got the special part in my brain, thank you.
But that's just, you know, Charlie's backyard philosophy. Although I do think, like, you know, obviously going to your doctor and getting an official diagnosis is healthy for you because it helps get rid of some of the, like, doubt that you have.
Helps you get rid of some of the, I don't know.
Yeah, but also, you know, we live in the U.S. where that's completely unaffordable for a lot of people.
It's expensive, yeah.
No, I think, for Sarah, when she looked into it, even with our fucking insurance, for her to get a full autism test and everything, it was like
Oh, it's insane.
It was like fucking $800 or some shit like that.
Dude, I wish. Yeah, there's a reason I haven't done that either. But apparently I didn't need anyone to tell me that. Or I don't really need that because everyone already told me.
I don't know. I mean, there's this UK-based internet company that is really fucking good with doing online diagnoses because, you know, it's free to get it over there. So they basically just moved it to an online fucking test because, you know, they don't want to charge you for it because they don't really need to. And it's a really well put together test. It does a really good job at diagnosing.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Like, at this point in time, though, like, if Sarah isn't autistic, I have a lot of questions.
I have no idea.
Yeah, she shows way too many of the signs now that I'm paying attention.
A lot of questions, huh?
Yeah, no. If she's not that, I want to know why she is. Because we might have a mutant alien on our hands.
You got a stinky alien.
Yeah. But as far as ADHD diagnosis goes, I mean, even like your medical doctor can do it, which is something I didn't fucking know. Like, I thought you had to go to like a...
do like having a psychologist look at it.
Yeah.
But
no, my family doctor gave me my diagnosis. But again, mine were under very specific circumstances that worked out to make it very obvious.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. The thing that made her decide was, like, I told her, I can tell really well, like, after I've been on it for a while, when it wore off, because I couldn't focus on shit anymore.
It all goes away.
Oh my god.
It's kind of weird.
It's such a weird fucking feeling to have, like, this ability to focus on things and you feel, like, so capable. And then, like, some point in the evening, all of a sudden your brain just goes, guess what? Poopy platter. Bleh.
And it's all gone. It's all downhill from there.
Yep.
You're just fucked.
You're just back to being a little special.
Back to being stupid, and I hate it. Yeah, no. After I had Ritalin, I didn't stim the whole day. And the moment it wore off, my brain just wanted more so badly.
Oh my god! By the way, speaking of stim, so I've got a fidget toy, if you want to call it that. I don't know what to call them. Stimulants.
Is it the roller thingy?
Yes. I'm sure I've told you about it before yet, right? Oh.
We've seen it.
Yeah, you gave it to Spencer, and he went, "Oh, I like this."
That thing's so fucking great. I still use it every day. I keep it. There's like a pouch it comes in. I keep that motherfucker on my belt loop everywhere I go. I've been debating.
You gotta keep my little guy with me.
I have to, dude, because people will be talking to me and I just can't fucking listen to them. And then I'll use that, and I'm like, oh, hey, look, I can talk to people again.
Oh, thank God, I'm back.
It's a me, Charlie. I've returned. And there's like, where'd you go? And I was like,
after
don't worry
all
about that.
these years.
I was in space.
Spooky.
It was really cool out there.
On God.
On God. Look at Biz using fucking kid terms. Fucking...
For real?
It's been a whole thing.
Yo, fucking facts. No cap. I'm gonna drown. I'm actually gonna drown in this game.
Yo, imagine drowning in a game.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have to imagine. I already
Spencer,
am.
stop.
Oh my
Spencer, go ahead.
God. Sorry, I'm playing Civ, and Napoleon just moved like 7 war units.
All I'm
very
saying
close to one of my cities.
is if Napoleon was still alive, he really should sue the movie Napoleon Dynamite for defamation, because I can't think of Napoleon anymore and take that shit serious.
The only thing you can think of is Napoleon Dynamite.
Well, no, I just imagine, like, Napoleon, but he's like, Tina, you fat lord. Tina, you fat lord. Oh, and now I'm racist.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Well, that didn't take long.
Our podcast is got
You win
canceled.
some, you lose some, bucko.
Yep. I don't know if you just call me bucko or fucko, but either way, thank you.
Whichever you want to be.
Fucko.
Fucko.
Fucko. Fucko's Modern Life.
Yo.
I think I just showed my age.
Yep, there it is.
Is Rocco Modern
I
Life?
forgot Charlie was.
Still
Forgot
a thing?
Charlie was old man.
I am the oldest here, aren't I? Yeah, that is true. That is a fact.
It's for real.
Yeah, by like a little bit. Spencer's almost there. So I started playing.
I will be 30 very soon.
And I will be 31 in September. I started trying to play
Which one
Destiny
do I want?
the other day.
Oh?
Yesterday. Yeah, no, I was wanting to get back into it. And
Okay,
then the fucking
oh, yeah.
DLC was, what, $50?
Oh yeah, it's overpriced.
Yeah, and I said, I don't want to play this anymore. And I put it down again.
That's unfortunate.
I was really excited to
But
get
I
back
don't
into
blame
it.
you.
I was really excited to get back into it. But it's like, I can get a whole new fucking game for the price of the DLC, and I don't want to play the game if I don't have the DLC, so fuck this. I'm out.
No, I fully understand that.
If the DLC was like even $25-$30, I'd be there for it. And the DLC, like, I always, whenever I buy DLC, I get like the biggest package because it usually comes with like the most
Always,
shit.
because I can't help myself.
Yeah, but that's $99.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are they thinking they're doing here? That's more expensive than I could get 2 to 3 games depending on which quality of games I want to get.
Oh, you could get Quicksilver Storm.
Quicksilver's so good though.
Yeah, they
It is
need
really good.
to chill the fuck out with that pricing. Like, that is unreasonable.
Napoleon has way more soldiers than I ever expected.
So-
I now see 2 extra ones.
Anyhow, what kind of D&D are you guys playing?
Oh, I haven't.
So Biz actually
It's
isn't
Spencer.
playing it. It's just me.
Okay.
I'm
Biz,
playing
first of all,
in.
fail.
I know. Everyone gets mad at me
Is
for it.
Baldur's Gate Forgotten Realms or no?
I
Or
think
is it
Baldur's
Sword
Gate's
Coast?
official.
Oh, it's official. Yeah, I just like forget like Forgotten Realms or Sword Coast or like where exactly it falls in like a larger grand scheme of things.
Well, Forgotten
Um,
Realms, my understanding is that it's just like a way of talking about fucking homebrewed.
I don't know. I thought it was an actual like official.
Well, it is an official place, but it's an official place way of working in homebrewed games.
I see.
But that's my understanding of it, which is kind of loose still. I'm learning D&D a lot right now. So
Fair.
you might know way more than I do. I don't know.
I don't know a whole lot about D&D to be like completely honest. The only thing I know about it is that I enjoy playing.
Yeah, I've gotten really fucking into it lately, but you know, it's not been like I've been into it for years. I've loved it for a long time. I loved playing it, but then recently I've gotten like really into the fucking lore of it and shit. So, but yeah, no, I'm pretty confident in what I'm saying. That Forgotten Realms is just a way of like talking about worlds that don't actually exist in D&D, that aren't created in D&D by, you know, Wizards of the Coast.
I mean, that could very well be. But we're playing in Waterdeep, so
I'm pretty sure that's canon.
yeah, it is. Like we're in like a canon like area where like Baldur's Gate's to the south, like Waterdeep's in the north. I forget what other big things were there.
Yeah.
But I'm playing a Tabaxi sorcerer who was not a sorcerer beforehand, but got caught up in basically a magical like warp in the jungles of Chult, I forget what it is. And his goal is to basically find a way to reverse it to be normal again.
Nice. And one of my campaigns is like official. Like I'm using the D&D textbooks and everything. My other campaign, the one that I'm writing and brewing myself, is basically that there's an amulet in D&D called the Amulet of the Planes, which, like, when we're talking about planes, we're talking about, like, universes.
Okay.
And basically a wizard has taken it and broken it into pieces and corrupted all these towns, and all the towns are receiving, like, signals from our world's television programs, and it's inhabiting the brains of those that are hearing it. So you'll have a town of people that are convinced they're from the world of Pokemon.
Nice.
Or there's a town of reality TV, which has just, like, reality TV shows and, like, news anchors and shit. And then every time they find a piece of the amulet, one of the members gets to take that piece and request a single power from our modern day, like, television networks. So, like, Sarah got 3 Pokeballs to be able to summon Pokemon.
What Pokemon did she get?
Well, right now, she has to catch them. She has 3 Pokeballs, and she has a Growlithe and a, what's that ghost type that has a tree on its head?
Trevenant?
Yeah.
Or Phantom?
Phantom, thank you. Phantom. She just caught the Phantom. Basically, if she, like, throws the Pokeball at something, I go on to, like, I select, like, I pick out what type of Pokemon it would be based off of the thing she throws the Pokeball at, and then I go to a random, like, Pokemon generator, and I have it generate a Pokemon, and that's the Pokemon she gets.
Just fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were fighting a literal ghost, so she got a ghost.
You don't stand the ghost of a chance.
They were fighting,
so funny, guys.
They were fighting specifically the 3 uncles from Casper the Friendly Ghost. That was a weird noise for me. All I heard was Biz go, "Mm!"
Oh, it was a laugh, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, when I put it in that perspective, it sounds like it was sarcastic, but it wasn't.
Yeah, they fought the 3 uncles from Casper's the Friendly Ghost, and then they fought the Scooby-Doo gang. And yeah, I made Shaggy really overpowered, don't worry.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm. I have to pee. I'm gonna be right back.
You're fine.
Well, now we have to fill day. Biz, how's your life been?
Life's been pretty good outside of, like, working a lot. I'd like to think that I'm in a good spot.
I mean, that's definitely fair. I'm glad that you're in a good spot. It's always nice to be in a good spot.
I have been in a relative upswing, which is good. How about yourself?
Oh, you know, we out here chilling. Trying to,
Big
like,
chillin'?
Big chillin'.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Napoleon's definitely going more with Russia right now. No, that didn't work out for him in real life.
But no, it did not. But yeah, no, I'm just doing the old balloon tower defense. And that upgrade is so expensive. Oh my god.
Hey, so Spencer,
Welcome back.
you'd probably know about this.
Always be fast.
What is it called when you don't give a shit about your gender? Because, like, it's such a weird thing to me that people care so much about their gender, because I've never given a shit about mine.
I don't know if there's, like, a specific word for not giving a shit. Like, I'm sure there is, right? Like, there has to be.
Right.
I just don't know
what it is.
What that would be.
Well, I'm curious, simply because, like, I've noticed I have more effeminate ways of thinking than most guys I know. And I've always just thought of it as me being, you know, open-minded. But then I heard somebody talking about it the other day, and they were like, describing a certain type of sexuality, and I was like, oh, that sounds a lot like me. But I don't know, because I don't understand that shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely at the bottom of the list of people that would understand that for you. I barely understand myself.
Well, here's the thing, is like, I don't care, because, like, I don't know, it's a weird thing, like, then people now are really obsessed with labels, and I'm not downtrodden. It's like, call yourself whatever the fuck you want, right? So I'm not, like, putting it down. I'm just saying, like, to me, in the generation when I was in school and shit, like, the whole thing was that labels shouldn't exist. Like, we just didn't believe in labels in general. And now it's like labels are a very important thing to people. And so it's really hard for me to follow it to some degree.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah, but I also don't want to sound like I'm, like, downplaying it, because, like, again, call yourself whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, be whoever you want to be, whatever makes you happy. But, like, I feel like when I was, like, this is gonna sound really boomery, but when I was younger, it was
back when I was your age.
It was all about, like, labels don't fucking matter, they don't do anything, so there's no point in labels, because, like, a guy can paint his nail and a woman can be a weightlifter and nobody gives a shit. So I don't know. It just fucks with me sometimes to, like, try to think and, like, wrap my mind around those things, because that's how my brain works, is like, those don't matter. But then somebody was talking about it, that is because you may be a certain type of sexuality, that those type of people think that way. And I was like, huh, interesting. Which has everything to do with, like, you know, your like, what's the word I'm looking for? Testosterone levels and shit, you know, apparently is effective to that. So I'm like, I wonder if I just have, like, a weird level of, like, testosterone versus estrogen that I don't give a shit about being a male.
It's very possible, because I know that hormone levels can definitely impact a lot of that on a psychological level.
Yeah, I've never one time in my entire life thought, like, out loud. Like, I've had the subconscious thought because, you know, pressure from family that I should be masculine, but I've never in my life thought I want to do something because I'm more masculine. I've actually started realizing that some of the things I do because I think it would make people think I'm more masculine, which I don't care to actually be, so I've stopped doing those things.
That's fair, I suppose.
I guess. I don't know. Just confuses me. Hurts my head to think about that whole category of things.
Don't worry, it hurts my head too.
Yeah, I have always kind of been in my own little spot of I don't know, because I was kind of raised in, like, the son role for my dad in a way, so
Gotcha.
I wasn't really ever held to a very feminine standard, which sounds weird coming from my dad because it's my dad. But
yeah, that does sound weird.
I did, like, all of, like, the manual labor shit, so bless you.
Bless you, my child, for you have sneezed. Thank you.
But yeah, no, I guess I mean, I've never been the most feminine person in the first place. I guess, unless you think I have been, in which I don't know how, but
I don't think you are or are not feminine. Again, I
like, I think I'm kind of in, like, the in-between where I don't really fall directly into either.
Yeah, which is, like, I don't know, it's how I kind of think of myself, is like, I don't really fall into anything. I don't think of myself as any of it. Because none of it matters to me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I asked my dad what he thinks of Spencer, and he goes, he's rather feminine, and I went, great.
Well, Spencer is a bit feminine.
Oh, I know.
I think
that's not a bad thing.
No, I think the best people are the people who...
Honestly, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think
not like that.
No, you're good. I get you. I think the best people are the people that fall a little bit into everything, like a little bit into both, because they're the most reasonable when you actually have a conversation with them.
I don't know. I could be really unreasonable.
Oh no,
Yep,
don't get me wrong.
you're awful.
I mean, I'll call you an asshole if you want me to, but I find you to be pretty medium ground and reasonable.
Yeah, I usually am. There's not a whole lot of like. I've gone against the grain before in my life, and now I don't care anymore.
Yeah, you're not the type of person that's gonna be like, your opinion's wrong.
Oh no. Spencer will tell you.
Not anymore.
Oh really? Like, cause he must have changed since I talked to him.
Do you do that?
Spencer,
Do what?
he's done that to me before.
Do you do the whole thing where you say, well, your opinion's wrong?
I have said it before. For sure. Like, I ain't gonna lie about that. But in terms of like recently, like that ain't me anymore.
I haven't seen you do it in like a shitty way. I think that we were both at the point of like we were having a conversation about something where either of us could go either way, kind of thing. Like I agreed with your point as much as I did my own. But I've never.
Yeah, and I mean like, I've definitely jokingly said, "Well, your opinion's wrong."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I've like said it seriously in a long time.
I absolutely have told people their opinion's wrong. But like
That sounds about right.
But like I'm not doing it like a I don't do it unless your opinion actively affects and harms somebody else.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Like the people who were talking about the fucking George Floyd protests.
Oh no. Mm-hmm.
They fucking call them riots. And I'll be like, yeah, you shouldn't fucking do that. You're downplaying.
No.
You're downplaying what those people were trying to do and turning them into the villains instead of the victims. And your opinion on that's fucking wrong. I have recently done that.
Oh yeah, in terms of something like that, I would have to agree that's a bad opinion.
Mm-hmm. That was the most recent example of that I can think of where I told somebody flat out, I was like, you're doing something negative and you're hurting a group of people and you should stop being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's understandable.
Other than that, I just like having conversations with people, even if they have a different opinion than me. Do you like to poke the bear? That is my whole fucking personality.
I know it is.
Yeah, again,
I've seen you do it.
If you take a stance, I don't care if I completely agree with you. I'm gonna try to take the other one just for
that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I can, and it's funny.
Oh no, it's not even a funny thing. It's it comes. Funny. It is funny, but it's not meant to be a funny thing for me. It comes from the idea of like, I feel like we as a culture have an issue of becoming echo chambers to ourselves, and I don't want to be a fucking echo chamber to myself. So anytime somebody has like a very formed opinion, I have to play devil's advocate to make sure that we as a group are right. Because like I'll agree with you, but I want to take the opposing argument to make sure that what I'm agreeing with mentally is the right stance. And if I can prove you wrong, then I know that my stance isn't as solid as I thought it was. If that makes any sense.
Yes, 100%.
It does.
Mm-hmm. So I find myself, and like people don't listen when I talk, I think that's part of the problem with why I don't get along with people is because I'll say flat out, like, I 100% agree with you. But have you thought about this? And then they get mad at me, and I'm like, yeah, that's my fault. That's fair. I should have just agreed with them. Some people don't understand.
They said, are you being for real right now?
And I'll say, no, I'm not being for real, but I'm just saying we should think about it like that. And then they'll get more mad at me. We should try to think about it from all angles.
Yeah, come on, Charlie.
Mm-hmm. 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 I know. I'm a piece of shit, secretly.
Yep.
Fashion.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
well, no, I mean, like, now that it's out in the open, it's okay to say, I think.
It is out in the open. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I'm a piece of shit. It's fine. It's okay.
You're a little poopy butt. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, dude. Let's not talk about poopy butts. Dolly's in the middle of potty training, and I'm fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when Silas was potty training.
Oh, God. The thing is, I get her fucking potty trained, and then she leaves to go to her grandma's for the weekend, and comes back unpotty trained, and it's driving me fucking insane.
And you go, what happened?
Oh my God.
What are you doing to my child?
Well, she puts her back in a fucking diaper at her house.
Oh, yeah, no.
So then Dolly's like, okay, I'm in a diaper, I can do whatever I want, and then she just, like, goes whenever she wants to go, instead of, like, learning to hold it. And when she comes back, she's in that mentality
taking
like,
poofs in the... Yep.
She's back in that mentality of just, like, I can go wherever I need to go because I'm in a diaper, and she doesn't think about it, and then I got piss on my couch.
I shouldn't laugh at that, it was just really funny to me.
No, it's funny, it's just, ugh. My own personal nightmare right now.
No, that's totally understandable.
Yeah, I think next weekend Dolly's staying home all week.
Yeah.
We've kept her home a couple weekends now because of that shit, and I think
I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude.
The fact that it's still an issue, and like also fucking baby talk, dude. Like, stop baby talking. Like, I've told you a million times not to fucking baby talk to her, but you just like what the fuck?
What goes through your brain?
Like, her speech when she comes back from her grandma's house too, she sounds like she's digressed a year and a half.
Yeah.
She drives me insane, man.
Yeah, it's not optimal.
It's like, just, you guys didn't read a fucking book at all, did you? Like, there was no book she read.
Bro, I don't read books.
He tries sometimes.
I've read parenting books. I will openly say I've read parenting books. Which is probably, again, a feminine quality, but I don't give a shit.
That's kind of gay.
Kind of gay, right? Yeah.
I'm
Sarah,
telling.
on the other hand, has not read a single parenting book. But she leaves it up to me. And that's fine.
It's okay. That just means do better next time.
Well, at least she, like, listens to my advice, and that's what matters.
That is good.
As long as I can say things in a way that makes sense to her, she'll listen. Her mom? No. No. Dude, that sneeze gave me such a headache. Oh my god.
Yeah? Oh, dude, I hate when that happens.
And just on, like, the left side.
I do understand the sneeze headaches.
So you guys know about the fires in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, you guys remember how I got COVID really fucking bad?
Yes.
So I have long COVID side effects. Well, the one time I got it, like, where the point I was almost gonna fucking die. So yeah, I've got long COVID side effects, and I am dying from this shit. Like, I cannot fucking breathe right now. I keep coughing. I have this post-nasal drip that is just killing me. It's better today. It's a lot better today. The other day, I almost thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital though.
Well, at least you didn't.
No, I went home and I turned on the fan for the air conditioner so it would just run through the filter 24/7. And that helped.
That's fair. Oh, I see.
What else is there going on in my life? Oh, we had a nightmare of a yard sale the other day. That was horrible.
Oh, yeah?
Well, we
How'd
didn't,
that go?
but the church did. Yeah, it was a lot of fucking work. Especially being one of the, like, 3 able-bodied people there.
Yeah, that'll do it to you.
Oh, D&D. We have... In my live session, my live campaign, we have 2 druids and an artificer. And then on my online campaign, I have I think he's a wizard. I don't know. He's a very experienced D&D player, and I've never actually asked him what his class is, I don't think. Which is a really shit way to DM, but here we are. He's a spellcaster of some sorts. And Sarah's plays a... What is it called? Ranger. And then we have a Rogue.
Nice.
Have you ever dealt with have you ever seen artificers?
I know of them, but I've not dealt with them personally. I have dealt with someone who wanted to be an artificer once the class got released, so like, I kind of know the player type that is drawn to it.
The class is unofficial. There's still no official artificer class.
Yeah, there is.
Nope.
It's Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Which is non-official.
No, it's totally official. I got the book.
You can get the book, but it doesn't make it official. If you go to D&D Beyond, you're not going to find Artificer. It's not an official class. That's like recognized by like Wizards of the Coast.
It's in a Wizards of the Coast published book.
It's in a Wizards of the Coast published book, but it's not their it's not their classes. They publish books of like classes that are commonly used but aren't official. Like the Cauldron of Everything is a lot of shit that's not official too.
This is so funny to me.
Dude, D&D shit gets weird. But yeah, if you go to D&D Beyond and shit, you won't find anything on Artificers, which is their official website, where you can go and like build classes up and everything. But that's made it a pain in the ass because I tried to use the character builder on their webpage because he's a completely new player, and I can't do shit with it. Like, literally the class doesn't exist on there.
I think he's trying to figure this out right now.
No, that's fine. I mean, like, I can Google it right now.
I mean, I don't really use Beyond, so I'm not sure.
Like, even if you Google it, the Artificer is an official class base class featured in Player's Guide. Okay, so it's featured in the Player's Guide. It's playtest. It's part of D&D Insider. It was created by the guy who runs what's the name of that show? The really popular D&D show.
Critical Role.
Yeah, he created the class. He created the class, and then they put it in some of the books.
Artificer's been around since like 3.5 though.
Okay.
I don't think Matt Mercer created Artificer in 3.5.
Well, maybe it wasn't Matt Mercer. I know it was a player that created it because it is a thing I've read. But it does look like it's since become official. It's just not official. It's like in like a gray area. So I think we're both right, but we're both wrong.
I mean, like, I know it's an official published Wizards of the Coast, like, D&D, like, in Tasha's Cauldron, like, content.
Well, I mean, the official D&D movie.
That I don't exactly consider official. It's like, if it's in a book, to me, it's official, like a hardback, like, $30 or $40 book or whatever. And then, like I said, I don't use Beyond, so, like, I don't know if it's just, like, behind or whatnot, or what's going on there. We use Roll20 when we play online.
You use Roll20?
Mm-hmm.
What is Roll20?
Roll20? I mean, like, it's another, like, clearly a
fan-made thing?
Option to play online D&D. But they have, like, a character mancer that, like, helps you go through. I think there is a paid subscription service for it, but you can play free. For instance, I know our DM pays for stuff. However, I don't have to pay anything, like, on a monthly sub or anything like that. You can do, like, handouts.
We've been using Tailspire, and it kind of sucks.
You've been using what?
Tailspire. It's a tabletop. It's a D&D like online play thing. So if Roll20 is better, I want to switch to it.
I don't know if Roll20 is necessarily better because like this is the first time that I've played an online campaign and used like online resources. But it does allow you to like draw up the maps and you can just like change maps on the fly. You have your character tokens. It will also do line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you have a wall, like let's say like you're like at a museum and there's like a wall with like a piece of like art on it and then there's like an exhibit behind it on like two sides. You can see like through those two sides, but behind the wall will be black. Like you don't know what's back there.
Huh.
So like it'll actually draw a line of sight from your specific character token. It has a character mancer, which makes doing characters relatively easy in my experience. I know we had an issue in the first one where we kept doing character mancer but would like override other people's information, which was like really haha funny. So there is like a little sort of like nuance in that. But I think it's one of those systems where if you spend the time doing it, you get more out of it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't exactly know like how popular Roll20 is compared to like D&D Beyond or like any of the other online stuff, but it does seem to be a pretty big contender in online tabletop.
Well, D&D Beyond, you can't like play a game on there. You can just kind of make characters and shit, and you can buy the books.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like Roll20's a lot better of a.
Do you have Tasha's Cauldron and everything when you use D&D Beyond?
No, I don't think so. I think you'd have to pay for it.
That may be a reason why you don't have Artificer as an option, since it's only featured there in published material.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, but then I looked it up, and it flat out says on there that Artificer is not an official thing. And I'm reading about the Artificer right now, because I'm a fucking nerd. And Artificers are, yeah, like in this gray area of like official, non-official, because they're only found in like certain areas of the world of D&D, and they were inspired by a specific player's campaign, and they originally were like, they're only a subclass of gnome now, or some shit like that. Level up, so it's like this, it's like they can't even fucking agree themselves if it's a real thing or not.
Who knows? It's all Greek to me.
D&D's just been around for so long, and there's so many like people who make shit for it that it's like deciphering it's just a bitch.
Okay, so now I want to ask your opinion.
It became canon in 2019.
I have an opinion of yours that I want to seek out. Are you ready?
Well, first I must say that because it became canon in 2019, you are correct. Go ahead.
You're cutting out like every couple words.
Oh, am I better now?
I mean a little bit, but like I need you to say like 2 sentences before I can say.
Okay, well this is me saying at least one sentence, and this is me saying a whole nother sentence.
Oh my god, it's so much better.
Okay. I think I was facing away from my mic because I was looking at my second screen. That might have been fucking me up. But
that'd do it.
It did become official in 2019, so you're right and I'm wrong.
I mean, like, again, I don't know how D&D Beyond works.
It's still not in D. I don't think it's in D&D Beyond. It's just like, which is their official webpage of creating things, but it seems like you said, it might be behind. It might be coming to it later since it is a new class technically in their world. And I can't find where the fuck
it may be one of those things to where like the book, you don't have access to it, so they won't let you do it. Like
it might be, but I've tried to search that before, and it straight up says that it's not on there because it's not an official class. Whenever I searched that, that's why I said it wasn't an official class, because like when I searched that, they said it's not there. But that what I read might have come out before 2019 when it became official too. So you might be absolutely right on that too. I just don't know.
So speaking of D&D here, and you're playing 5th edition, like clearly,
yeah,
a lot of people are. I think 5th edition is kind of like the baseline.
Well, I think everybody's switching over to 5th.
We've moved from 3.5 over to 5th edition just because it seems like easier, updated stuff.
I don't know if I ever played anything but 5th, to be honest.
Okay, well then that makes my next question relevant.
Go ahead though.
What are your thoughts on 4th edition?
Yeah, I know. I've never even read anything on 4th edition.
Okay.
My understanding is, yeah, like when 5th edition came out, it made everything streamlined and simpler for new players.
Yeah, so 3.5 just had so many books and so much like text for anything and everything. And a lot of people like 3.5. 4th edition dumbed everything down as far as possible. However, it kind of made every class like they had their own quote-unquote spellbook, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, have you like been a player in 5th edition, or you're just doing like DM stuff right now?
I've been a player, but it's been a while, so.
Okay. So, like, let's say you're playing a rogue, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your sneak attack, that, you know, like gives you your bonus dice if you have advantage over your target. But when you go up and you attack the enemy, you just do like a dagger attack or a short sword attack or whatever, right?
Right.
In 4th edition, if you're level 1, and I think you have sneak attack as like a little like bonus action thing that it has.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go grab the book just to be sure on this exactly, because I use rogue and sneak attack, and I should know my shit before I continue on.
You're good. I don't know my shit ever, so.
He's funny like that.
Okay.
Needing to know things, being confident in what you're saying. Ugh, kids these days.
Ridiculous.
I know, right? How could I?
I cannot believe you, Spencer.
Okay, so sneak attack is just once per round when you have combat advantage against the enemy. You're using a light blade, crossbow, or sling. You get extra damage, right?
So,
okay, so
I'm assuming that you're talking about like surprise encounter. At least in 5th edition.
No, in 4th edition, it's combat advantage, and in 5th edition, I think it's if you have advantage against the target, you're allowed to do it as well. Just the most efficient way to get advantage on a target is a surprise.
Well, what I'm asking is, like, are you talking about advantages in damage, or are you talking about, like, surprise attack rounds?
Advantage is in you roll 2d20s instead of 1 if you're playing 5th edition.
Okay.
Because surprise rounds, you have advantage on the target, so you roll 2d20 to make your attacks.
Yep.
Okay, so you have your normal attack that you do. You roll your d20.
Mm-hmm.
For your dagger, it does, what is it, 1d4, 1d6?
Yeah, depending on which dagger, 1d4, 1d6, either one.
And then, like, if you hit, you roll your dagger damage, you roll your sneak attack damage. In 4th edition, you have, as a rogue, you can just do a normal attack. You do not have to use any of these what are called exploits. However, I do not exactly see a reason as to why you wouldn't. Because at level 1, you have 4. You have 2 at wills, 1 encounter, and 1 daily. So, to explain how to use an exploit, if it's a daily exploit, you have 1 to use. You cannot use it again until you do a long rest. For your encounters, it's once per encounter. You get into a fight with like 5 goblins, you kill them, you take a short rest, you use the encounter again. So encounter basically refreshes after a short, it refreshes after a long.
Okay.
Make sense?
So is it kind of like the ability of the... Oh my god, what's their names? God, ADHD brain, please work. It sounds kind of like you're talking about the thing that is in... where you can, like, roll dice beforehand and then use them later, kind of thing?
That's usually like a divination wizard, which is like a subclass thing for them that you can like roll 3 dice at the beginning of the day, and you can hold those dice and then use them for like an enemy attack or your attack.
Oh my god, what is
which I think, by the way, is cool as fuck.
It is really cool. What's the class? I don't know why I can't think of this class. It's one of the most fucking common classes in all of D&D. But the musicians.
Bards.
Yeah, bards have it too, don't they?
They may have something that gives them a similar ability, but I haven't messed around with enough Bard in 5th edition to know.
To be fair, they might have just subclassed. I don't know.
But let's take a rogue, right? So 5th edition, at level 1, You can do your dagger attack. If you have advantage on the target, you get your sneak attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have much else that they can do. Here's what you can do as a level 1 rogue. I'm just going to read the first thing on the page, and we'll call it that. For their at will that they can always do, they can target one creature, and they get 2 extra move squares before they attack the creature. It's dexterity versus AC. If they hit, they do the weapon plus their dexterity modifier damage. A normal attack, they gotta have the crossbow, light blade, or sling or whatever, but they get extra movement for that attack. So, would you want to make a normal attack, or would you like 2 extra move squares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you take your second at will, piercing strike, you gotta be willing to light blade one creature. This attack is your dexterity versus their reflex. So if you're fighting a big lumbering creature that has high constitution, high AC, but maybe low reflex, this may be going through more often because it attacks a reflex instead of an AC. In which case it does just like normal damage. So there already you have options of, well, maybe I don't want to fight this martial dude in plate armor because I'm not going to hit his AC, but I bet you I can hit his reflex because he's slowed down, and it gives you that extra option. Those are your at wills. You can do those in lieu of any normal attack that you do. Once per encounter...
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, I'm walking away from my computer for a second, so I was turning my wireless into...
Ah, I see. Once per encounter, so every time you get into a fight and it refreshes at a short rest, you can do a normal attack with a melee weapon with a light blade, dexterity versus AC. It does 1 weapon damage plus your dexterity modifier, and the target is dazed until the end of your next turn. Which, if I remember correctly, if the target is dazed, you probably have advantage on them, if memory serves. I forget exactly like what that condition does, but I assume being dazed is probably a good thing. And then you can also do once per day. I will do Trick Strike because Blinding Barrage is something that seems more of a like range rogue focused. So you have your melee weapon, dexterity versus AC, but if you hit them, you do 3 times your weapon's damage and your dexterity modifier, and you get to slide the target 1 square or move them 1 square wherever. And then, until the end of the encounter, each time you hit the target, you can slide it 1 square. This is all level 1. It is a lot of stuff to manage during combat, absolutely. But in my opinion, there is no better combat than 4th edition combat. I do think that in order to like actually keep track of it, for instance, a lot of that stuff that I like the daze status condition is easy to keep track of. The whole like sliding thing or whatever, I would honestly leave that to my player to remember, and if they forget, they forget. But I mean, like, that just makes Fair enough. But I just think that makes 4th edition just like more interesting to especially play a martial class, because like, what do you really do as a fighter? They were born in 3.5 too. I mean, Barbarian's a martial class, and Monk's a martial class, kind of. That, like, they do other things. And so... Okay. But I mean, like, if you would ever want to be a player and play 4th edition, I would make that happen so fucking fast. I wonder if Roll20 would allow 4th edition stuff. I don't know. I'll definitely have to take a look at it. But I mean, like, oh my gosh, I have so much nostalgia for 4th edition because it was the first one that, like, I DM'd. It's not the first Dungeons and Dragons that I played. Technically, that was Pathfinder, which is a 3.5 variant, and I did not like it. And I also did not like 3.5 when I played it. But I think 5 is pretty cool.
Charlie just wants to play the game.
What, Biz?
I said Charlie just wants to play the game.
Who doesn't want to play the game? I don't know. Maybe we can do Monday's podcast and like a 3-4 hour session of D&D. Who knows?
Fucking nerd.
No, like I love DMing, but I love much more being the player that does stupid shit and pisses off the dungeon master.
That sounds about right for you. That sounds in character.
Yeah, you gotta be a good dungeon master and be able to handle what's like thrown at you.
Oh man.
Which I wasn't very good at it when I was like first being a DM at like 17 or whatever, but like now that I'm 30, like, man, rule of cool.
Like, are you thinking you'd have other players though? Like, do you know who else would play?
I mean, I'm off on Mondays and Biz is off on Mondays. I assume Biz would be down.
Well, that's making
I've barely played.
I know.
Yeah, I've barely played any kind of D&D, and it really just depends on how shitty work was for the last week, to be quite honest with you. Monday's kind of a recovery day.
That's fair, I suppose.
I respect that. I mean, yeah, I'd have to force time in, but like, I would definitely want to. I would say we could do it like Monday evening, but that's when I have my... It's usually when I play with my live group.
Like in person?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. There's something...
I mean, like, I can always push it or like change it to like a different day or whatever like that. And also, I don't even know if I would like be able to commit to like a weekly thing.
Bi-weekly or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Bi-weekly or monthly or somewhere like in there.
We do fucking weekly on both of mine.
Yikes.
Yeah, no.
It's a lot of prep from your end.
Yeah, no, it is. Like I said, it is quite a bit of effort. Like, especially writing the story for the one is, ugh. But it always ends up being worth it, especially when they're murdering Family Guy in cold blood.
Like
That's
they
fair.
murder like the whole griffin, like all the griffins.
Yes, yeah. So they walk into a cave room and it's the entire Family Guy gang, and they don't even like ask or try or to have a conversation with them. They just started fucking murdering. And the thing is, the Family Guy gang, the way I had written them, was that they were going to help them.
Where?
Yep.
Keyword is where.
So there was a whole like half hour. Like I'm gonna edit the video at some point and get it uploaded, and I'll send it to you. But there was a whole like half hour of the session that was just them murdering the Griffin family. Griffin. Well, they begged them not to.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So did you do alignment changes for everyone?
Well, I already had chaotic and neutral, and the other person I told them to change, like their alignment's definitely changing, but this is their first time playing, and this was like our third or fourth play, so they had no fucking clue what I was talking about. Because
were they all like neutral, like no good?
I think I have one player that's technically good. He's playing like a Jedi character, but he was not with the group at that time.
I see. Okay.
He was separated from the party. He's the one that's actually got experience playing D&D too. This fucking guy.
I don't know if it's necessarily. I mean, it's certainly not lawful, but like anyone who does something like that would at least have to be neutral or chaotic, and then clearly not good as well. So like you're in that little like 2x2 Punnett square. Sorry, kids.
Well, I mean, also in 5th edition, it's just like nobody really. I don't know. I mean, I haven't had the experience where people talk about your alignment anymore.
No, alignment wasn't all that important in 5th edition.
Yeah, I mean, like I bring it up just as like a role-playing kind of like attribute thing, but other than that, we don't really ever bring up alignment anymore.
It really only matters for like divine classes like cleric or paladin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes monk, I guess, since they're usually lawful.
There's some spells that it affects still, but like that's about the only thing I know of. Like Sarah plays a chaotic neutral character, and the guy I think that was with her when they did this, I think he would be technically neutral, like neutral.
True neutral, okay.
Yeah. But I would say that based off of that, he's probably chaotic neutral.
Maybe even just evil.
Fucking maybe. So I will grant them, they were in a cave with what seemed to be a lot of enemies, and then they just walked in on this family. But also, like, the family didn't attack them, they didn't say anything, they just went into stealth and attacked them from stealth. And, also, I based the characters were zombies before they got turned into Family Guy, and the idea was that they liked being family, like they liked being the family, you know. So they wanted to keep being the family, so they were going to help the adventurers capture the wizard as long as the adventurers let them stay as a family afterwards, instead of turning them back into zombies. But instead they just died.
Oh, so there was a whole emotional tie-in, and they were just like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, no, I wrote an entire like emotional backstory and everything to these characters, and then they were just like,
doesn't matter though. They said fuck you.
Yep.
Actually,
there it is.
That's a good show.
Like the YouTube series or whatever it was.
From Dropout TV. Yeah. I'm actually.
I've seen more of that than I like to admit. I enjoyed when Iffy was on it.
I watched. We've gotten into it recently, so I don't know names. Also, ADHD brain doesn't know names.
Yeah, that's fair.
But big fan of it. Well, I'm a big fan of well, you know what? Nope, his name's gone too. Fuck me, the guy who's the DM for them when they play Dimension 20. That fucking guy, I'm a huge fan of him, and he's on there sometimes.
I don't know Dimension 20, unfortunately.
You should watch Dimension 20. It's a really good D&D show. Like, it's by far my favorite that I've watched. Matt Mercer was even on there once or twice. Actually, I think he was in there for a whole season. Now that I'm saying this out loud.
I know Matt Mercer a different way than D&D.
You've seen his erection?
Yep. He's lying.
Unless his erection is his voice of Jotaro in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Is that what he's in?
Yeah.
So I started watching JoJo's because you recommended it, and I got through the first 2 episodes, and I was like, this is not what I'm expecting, and I haven't watched it again.
Yeah. So
no, it's not.
Season 1 and 2 of JoJo, I guess it's just season 1 if you're watching on Netflix, is a lot of context before we get into season 2 and beyond, or part 3 and beyond, in which the writer figured out what he wanted to do.
Well, so far it's just a very annoying rich kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which is not what I expected.
Yeah, trust me, it was really hard for me to get through the first season. But it does help context for literally everything else.
Yeah. I mean, I'll try again to get through the first season, but...
It is the hardest part.
Or you can get a quick synopsis of season 1, which is part 1 and 2, and then you can jump into 3.
God, I wish my brain would let me do something so bold as that.
Like, as a fan of JoJo, if someone does that, I will not fault them one bit whatsoever.
I mean, I can respect it. I agree with it that it's probably what I should do, but I also can promise you that it's not what I'm going to do. Because my brain tells me that if I do that, I'm going to be missing out on key points, and I'm not a true fan, even if I like it.
You can go back and watch it if it makes you feel better.
No, it won't. Because then I'll have seen things beforehand, and I'll know where things are going, and then it'll make it even more boring.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can't even play a video game if it's like number 3 in a series, and I've not played the first 2. It's not a possibility for me.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
My brain will shut
Yeah,
down.
the one time I did that was my introduction to Halo, which would have started at Halo 3. And then I went back and played the other ones, and I went, Halo 2 is my favorite. Cool.
Oh, Halo 2 is by far the best. There's no...
It's so fucking good.
Yeah. Like, Halo 3 was good, but it was not Halo 2.
Halo 2 is the only one I didn't play all the way through.
Oh, well.
Why?
There's controversy in this group.
There's always controversy in this group. Look at him.
I played through 1, 3, ODST, Reach, 4, Guardians. Is that what 5 is?
Yeah, Halo 5 Guardians, yep.
Okay. I've not played 5.
I did not play the newest one, though.
I have it.
I mean,
but
I have it
I
on
don't
Xbox
know
Game
if I
Pass.
really... I feel like they don't know what they're doing with the series anymore.
Oh, no, that's factual.
Did you see that the Xbox, like the head of the Xbox, whatever fucking company said that...
Are you talking about Phil Spencer? I don't know.
Who was like... He said that they lost the console wars.
They did.
There was like a big...
Yeah.
Like, it was like a big thing. Because everybody's like, I can't believe you came out and said they lost the console wars. And it's like, well, I mean, like...
Well, they did.
They did.
Actually?
He's not wrong. It's just, like, you're not happy that he's not wrong.
You know who's not part of the console wars, but is currently winning?
Fucking Nintendo.
Fucking Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, like, Switch, like, Nintendo will never... In my opinion, they'll always dominate the handheld realm at this point.
In your opinion, they dominate what?
The handheld realm, and they basically always will.
Oh my god, Walmart has a Nintendo Switch for $80. I don't know if I believe it.
Like, I have the Steam Deck, and I love my Steam Deck, but I would still rather play my games on Switch usually.
That's honestly fair.
If it wasn't for the fact that, like, those games, like, I can cross my save data between the Steam Deck and my PC, I probably would never use the fucking thing.
I don't think they'll beat the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo DS. However, they have sold 125 million.
The Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I think that we're at the point right now where it's like, it depends on how many like iterations of the console they release.
I don't think they're doing anything else. I think they're going to be looking towards releasing something new that we'll probably hear about in the fall or winter, because the Switch will be 7 years old March.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to hear that they didn't outsell those consoles, honestly.
It'll
the
be
PS2
tough.
is so much.
Okay, so the Nintendo DS includes the DS, the DS Lite, the DSi,
mm-hmm. It's a lot.
And so like, it's a lot.
But I mean, with all the variations of the Switch that people ended up buying just because it was pretty.
For real though,
mm-hmm.
I definitely wasn't one of those.
I mean, like I actually was not, but there was a lot of that going on.
Because I had
a
the
lot
original
of people that had a
release
PlayStation
model.
2 and then bought a PlayStation 2 Slim when it came out.
Yeah.
See, I never go for the Slim editions of consoles. That's just not my forte.
That's fair.
So, in today, I agree. But have you seen a PlayStation 2 original versus like a PlayStation 2 Slim?
Oh yeah, I had both. Mm-hmm.
It's like 30% of the size of the PlayStation 2 at max.
Well, yeah, but that didn't matter to me as a kid.
No, it doesn't matter to you as a kid, but you know, like as an adult who sees a PlayStation 2 next to a PlayStation 2 Slim, you're kind of like, what the fuck, are they for real?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, I agree. But I don't know. I think that they will. I don't know if they're gonna release a new. See, I feel like we might have with them like a DS to 3DS situation going on with the Switch. I think the next Switch will be, or the next Nintendo console will be an iteration of the Switch.
I mean, I think it should probably be like the Switch 2 or something like that.
Well, I mean, Nintendo also has like a bad habit of not having backward compatibility, and I think they're gonna want that out of this console. So, and usually if they have backward compatibility, they just keep it as the same system line. At least what I've seen out of Nintendo.
You know, they did good from GameCube to Wii and Wii to Wii U.
They did.
Compatibility? Yeah, you know, I guess they did. I guess I kind of forgot that Wii U games, or Wii games we played on the Wii U.
Yeah, they sure could.
Oh, it was one of the best parts of having a Wii U.
The Wii U came with its own sensor bar and everything.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
It did. I am just stupid.
Oh, it's okay. I forgive you.
Man, I forget that you needed this sensor bar.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, clearly you do, but, like, I just forgot it was a thing that you had to, like, take with you when you, like, took your Wii to your friend's house.
Oh, okay. That's fair, I guess.
Because it's been so long since I've
It's been 84 years.
To me, I'm just surprised that you said taking your console to your friend's house, because I've never done that my entire life.
Funnily enough, the one and only time that I've, quote, taken a console to a friend's house was bringing my Xbox here before I moved in.
You know, I'd take stuff to my friends' houses all the time.
Well, first problem, didn't have friends. Second problem,
Same.
They already all had consoles.
Same.
Because if I did go to a, quote, friend's house, it would be going to, like, my neighbor's house with my older sister, who she was actually friends with, and she already had an N64. So, like...
Yeah, if I went to a friend's house, they almost always had better consoles than I did.
No, I usually had a good amount of consoles. And, like, it's not exactly necessarily that I was bringing the most recent up-to-date console. Sometimes it was like, yo, do you still have your, like, N64? Do you want to play, like, Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers? And they're like, nah, we sold it, you know, like, a couple months, like, a year ago, but, like, bring it on over. And so, like, that's what would happen. Like, I wasn't always bringing the, like, most up-to-date one.
Of course.
Well, I was
You're the cool retro kid.
I was in the situation where all my friends were, like, richer than I, and they always had, like, the old consoles and the new consoles. And also I just didn't have very many friends.
Yeah, relate.
I only really went over to, like, 2 people's houses, but I did bring my stuff over there.
It's okay that you were the cool kid. we still love you. We're not.
I appreciate it.
We're not competing for the most impoverished child.
You are really.
Oh, I know I wasn't impoverished.
We were poor as fuck when I was a kid.
We kept switching between being poor as fuck and my dad having a good paying job.
No, I found out later in life that my parents filed bankruptcy when I lived with them, and I never even knew.
Oh.
Well,
you know,
they
classic.
They committed tax fraud, so you know.
Oh,
Nice.
I mean that would do it.
Yep.
You win some, you lose some, bucko.
They committed tax fraud and got caught, and then had to file for bankruptcy.
They said better luck next time, idiot.
So, you know, it's not like we were just poor because we had money at one point, but it was, you know, illegal.
But it was illegal money.
We were, yeah. They started their own business, and they just didn't report the taxes on it, like, at all.
I can't believe that's illegal. That's a joke, by the way.
Actually, they did that twice, now that I'm thinking about this out loud.
Oh my god.
They got caught the first time, and then they just said, fucking, let's hit the repeat button. I know the second one because I was the
They said they won't catch us a second time. They'll never suspect.
They started a fucking moving company, like just like a hauling company. And my dad was like the phone guy, and he just sent me and my brother out to do the work, and paid us each $20 a job, and he was charging like $200.
The phone guy.
Yeah, that's what he talked about. It was like he was like the phone guy. I was like fucking 12, by the way. Like my brother had just got his fucking license. God. Sometimes when I think back to my childhood, I giggle. In an unhealthy way. The stupid shit.
Yeah.
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 So silly.
I can't stop playing Bloons Tower Defense 6.
It's a good game. So, Spencer...
I'm on my third round.
You just let me know when you want me to join you on a D&D campaign.
Join me on what?
A D&D campaign.
Oh, for sure. I'd have to drum up some players, but
Yeah. I mean, I might be able to bring some. I would have to look into it myself.
I will tell you, 4th edition is almost universally hated.
Well, that's fine. I don't give a shit as long as I don't have to DM. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it can be a really shitty time, and I'll still probably be happy because it's Dungeons and Dragons that I don't have to be the DM for.
Fair.
Do you do voices?
When I'm into it, yes. When I'm not into it, no. Are you wanting me to do voices? Because I can fucking do voices, buddy.
Oh no, I just wondered. I'm not. I can do some voices, but like in all honesty, my brain can think of like 3 that I do, but they don't exactly make for like compelling characters. I can do them. Well, actually, so I was in the library the other day, and I found this dusty old tome in the bottom. I think it might be able to help you guys on your adventure. Like, I got that one, and like, no one wants to interact with that character.
No, I do.
Not a soul.
Me.
No,
yeah.
Charlie would.
I'm so fucking here for that guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Let's go. I want to talk to the nerdy librarian. I'm probably going to try to sleep with him, actually.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Stay away.
Pop off.
And then, like, I could do, like, one of those, like, old, like, blubbering buffoons who's, like, thinks to, like, high class, like, I'm not sure exactly that's exactly what we'll be doing. I don't think that doesn't seem very scholarly.
Like, as a DM, I have a lot of voices that I do. Yeah, I mean, like, my favorite one I did recently was, the Stoner Wolf. Which was just like, hey guys,
Damn.
My name's, like, Howler, and I'm down to help you guys, right? Like, fuck, but, you guys gotta, like, pay it forward, you know? Like, it's a give-and-take relationship here. I'm not just gonna, like, help you fucking rip that dude's head off unless you're gonna, like, give me some of those good head pats, am I right? That was my favorite voice that I did recently.
I think that would be a great stereotypical druid that like got exiled from the circle.
This was a druid that they were using speak to animal, and that was the wolf.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And then I had the shopkeep that Sarah was dealing with the other day, and Sarah was playing a tiefling, so he was extremely anti-tiefling, but she's playing a tiefling that specifically has a cat like class ability that like people will try to help you with things. So he was just like, "Oh yes, you need help with that, do you? Well, I fucking hate to for you horny bastards, but I guess I will."
Is he a dwarf?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was a weaponsmith. Which, you know,
That's
stereotype.
right.
Yeah.
Stereotype.
Stereotypical dwarf. Stereotype.
It is stereotype.
It is. Yeah, it is. 100%. But
I
this was
wonder
like
why
D&D.
that accent became attributed to dwarves. Like, what started it?
Was it Gimli?
I think it was.
Or was that before?
I feel like it was. I don't know.
The oldest one I can think of is Bronzebeard in World of Warcraft from like 2003.
I don't know. I mean, I'm Scots-Irish though, and it's definitely a Scottish type voice, so I can use it, and it's not racist. It's like having a black friend. You can't be racist.
Okay.
Oh my god. Thank you, Charlie. Very cool.
Nice.
Biz's reaction to that might be my favorite part of the entire day.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I feel like you're telling me I'm wrong, but we both know I'm not.
Oh no, I never said you weren't.
Okay. Well.
No.
I think I think horror movies need to chill the fuck out with having a token black guy. Can we just agree on that? Like, it's starting to become very pandery. Well, I'm not saying they shouldn't have black
I can
people in horror
understand
movies,
that,
but
I don't watch a whole lot of horror.
I don't
movies,
watch
so,
horror
like,
movies.
I don't watch like new ones, so like I don't know what the trope is.
the trope.
Like, I know the trope.
Yeah.
I know the trope, but like I don't exactly know how tropey new movies are.
In like really deep horror movies, like it's still pretty much the same as it's been forever, and that's the problem. Is it's like it's not changing.
I'm gunning them all down. All of the balloons.
Exactly what they do with the token black person.
Oh.
They gun
Well,
them all down.
now I'm racist. Great. I finally got out of that, and now I'm right back into it.
I don't know. I think that if anybody says anything on accident, like that's actually racist on this podcast, it's gonna be me. I know myself well enough. I'll admit that. It'll end up being me.
I'll make an oopsie. It'll happen.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna go full PewDiePie on it though if I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you're gonna have a bridge moment?
I'm gonna have a bridge moment. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it as a full bridge moment. You can't just.
Oh.
Right?
No, you do have to go all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, commit. Spencer, do you think cancel culture is a thing?
I don't really know.
That's the best
To like be like completely honest. Like, I see things happen, and like, you know, there's some people that should be canceled in like some ways, shapes, and forms, and then others like not so much. For instance, like let's take John Mulaney for an example.
Wasn't he like on coke?
Yeah,
Like a lot
copious
of coke.
amounts.
Yeah.
Like a lot of coke.
So
Actually, in terms of like the story that he told with his new stand-up special, I'm like, well, I've had more than that on my person when I was doing stuff like that. I did not like John Mulaney up until this new special, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I felt something was off. And then I figured out what he is. He came out, he came forward with it. I'm like, oh, okay, this all makes sense. He did some shitty things when he was on drugs. And that's what drugs do to you. I think people tried to like cancel him for that. In my opinion, guy's owned up to it and he's better now.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if John Mulaney really needs to be canceled. I would have been on the other side of the boat until then, until I figured out the reason why I had the like bad vibe, and I'm like, oh well, he's fine. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
John Tron's another one. He said some really off the wall, like unbound shit about.
Bro, please give me deep dive information into that one, because I've heard about this one, but I watched JonTron now.
I actually don't know.
I just started watching him, and I've heard about it, and I want to know what the fuck happened.
Okay, so this was 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He, if you don't know, is part Irani, I think.
Nope, no idea.
I know his family's like. Let me just go get my facts straight to make sure I don't like screw it up and then like ruin my internet persona points.
I think it's a lot funnier if you just wing it.
So, okay, so his last name is Jafari. His name is John Arian Jafari.
I
don't know if
the low-hanging fruit of that joke, right? Like that's because that's there's a really good Aladdin joke there. Spencer did not find it.
Let's go look at the So basically JonTron had a controversy in 2017 to where he was basically anti-immigration.
That's such a weird stance for me that Americans take. Like, how the fuck are you like an American that's anti-immigration? Like, we are literally a country of immigrants.
And he kind of like doubled down on it a little bit. He kind of doubled down on it a little bit, being like, "Look, my parents are immigrants. I know, you know, like I've come from, you know, like an immigrant family." And so like he doubled down on it a little bit and then is not like clearly didn't know what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came out later and he's like, and this was like a couple of years, and he's like, look, I clearly did not know what I was talking about. I was being young, dumb, and stupid, and like, I'm sorry. And like, honestly, man, you owned up to it. I think JonTron's like fine.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so if I think back to it, the issue I have with cancel culture in general is the idea that, like, once you're canceled, you can never come back. Because with the family I was raised in, the environment I was raised in, I didn't have access to the knowledge of problems. So I didn't know the things I was doing and saying was, like, bad, except for, like, the really fucking obvious things, like, don't say the N-word, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I used to say some really fucked up shit, which, like, if now I put that on the internet, it would be like, I'm dead forever to anybody forever, and I will lose friends over it over time. But it's like, I just wasn't exposed to the fact that what I was doing was fucking bad.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Relate.
Like, sometimes you don't know better, and like, if you come to terms with that and you like apologize for like those actions and then you be better, sure. The things where like people get canceled and stay canceled are things where they were like predatory towards another human being.
Like Roseanne.
So like JonTron and John Mulaney, like drug-filled. John Mulaney wasn't really like predatory like towards a like other person. Like he hurt people, sure, but that was just like he damaged his relationships there. He didn't actually like physically hurt them. JonTron like did not physically hurt people. Other people that have and they came out that, you know, like they're an abuser in one way, shape, or form, like they could probably stay canceled. I don't know how easy it is to come back from being a physical or sexual abuser like that.
Well, it's even like a mental abuser. Like fucking that one guy that hosts that extremely right-wing talk show, the Turn the Frickin' Frogs Gay guy. Like,
I mean, he is still not turned around, by the way.
Oh fuck no, he's never gonna turn around. It's his character. He's playing a fucking character, and he's gonna continue to make money off of it. He's never gonna change. But like Roseanne recently,
oh yeah,
she lost her fucking mind, bro. Did you see the waterfall thing or the fountain?
I didn't. I just heard that she like fucking.
Oh, so I've been following that one for a fucking while because she is just she dove off the deep end. But she put out a video a couple days ago. I think it was a couple days ago. I might be wrong. It might be a fucking old video, but it just got popular kind of thing. But she was at a park and there was a water fountain and there was a rainbow in the water fountain, and she was like, well, you want stuff that they're, putting in our water and messing with our minds. Look at this shit. Waterfalls, fountains didn't used to make rainbows, and you all know they didn't used to make rainbows. Now they're making fucking rainbows in the water? What are they putting in the water that's making rainbows?
Love it.
It's beautiful. Like, there's levels of crazy as art, and that's it. Like, just completely doesn't understand how rainbows and light work.
Yeah, no,
She
bro.
forget the Pink Floyd like
Album cover?
Rhythm,
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, like.
Well, that was like a crystal, not water, bro. So like.
Here.
Mm-hmm. But it's like the phrase "in rigged." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I did not know that was a racist term until I was in my 20s.
Oh, okay. I see what we're talking about now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I used to say that shit all the time. And like, I feel bad about it now, obviously, but like, I just didn't fucking know. I had no idea what that was referring to. It was a phrase I heard so much in my life that it had become normalized. And then one day I just said it out loud and I was like, oh my fucking
Oh,
god.
wait. You went, oh shit.
I did. Exactly.
You went, wait. I didn't mean it.
Wait.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Is that word mean? I almost guarantee you there's one of my old videos on Twitch or something where I say it. I almost guarantee it. Because I just didn't know. Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
He said a poopy word.
I mean, but like, hey, you learn.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
What the fuck?
Trust me, I've said a lot.
What did PewDiePie say on the bridge? What was his thing that he said on
Oh,
the bridge?
it was the N-word.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, this is definitely my cancellation moment, if I ever have one. But I think that if you slip that word on accident and you're just like an old Xbox style player, because like we all know how much that used to get said, right? Like we're not gonna pretend that didn't used to get said every day.
Oh, we're talking about Xbox players? Yeah.
Yeah, like an Xbox chat and shit. It's like, and that's I imagine where he came from. He should be old enough now to know better, but like, if you put out a full apology on it and everything, I don't know. I'm just not gonna hold it against you. You know, it's like you fucked up. You know you fucked up. You feel bad about it.
Yeah, when you're on Xbox Live, that's just kind of words you say.
But I
like not that that's an excuse at all.
No,
like
it just
it's fucked and it's not okay. But like
it was just fucking words you said because like you were a kid playing Xbox and you heard other kids say it and you wanted to be like cool like them, so you just fucking said it like, and you didn't realize the racial connotation behind it because you were a fucking kid.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you just went, haha, that word sounds like I'm not supposed to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So you say it because you think you're not supposed to say it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, there's a
don't know.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like again why you can't laugh at kids when they swear when you're trying to teach them not to swear. Because then they're like, oh, that was funny. But I feel like I'm not supposed to say that, and I know I'm not supposed to say that, so I'm gonna say it more because they laughed.
See, I'm not teaching Dolly. Not
Oh, I know
swearing.
you're not.
Mm-hmm. She can
Oh, I
swear
know.
how she wants.
I mean, that's definitely fair.
Yeah. My stance is I'd rather her have a filter.
It's like when we were talking about that you're saying words while playing Tetris Attack that you would not have said as a kid.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was like, yeah, if your mom caught you calling the other girl on the side of the
Oh,
screen.
okay. So, have you ever played the game Tetris Attack?
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the like few games that I just like. I love. I absolutely love Tetris Attack. However,
However,
it gets my goat.
I don't blame you. That's fucking frustrating.
And
It's so funny.
I called one of the computers a cunt, like, on like level 2 out of 12. Because I was playing very hard mode.
Okay.
And like, that's it. But we were talking about how, like, if I said that as a kid, I'd be like, you're not allowed to play this game anymore.
Your mom would have thought it was so funny, but she couldn't laugh.
Oh my god, she would have thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, to be fair, it kind of is if you hear that out of a kid's mouth.
Dude, so Dolly calls me, whenever I make her mad, she calls me a butt ass, and I can't, it's so funny.
Like, you can't not laugh.
And she says it really slow. Like, she knows she's doing some shit. Like, she'll just look at me, and she'll be like, Daddy, you're a butt ass. Oh, I lose it.
And you just go, hee 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 hee.
I'm just like, you're right, I am a butt ass. I'm such a butt ass.
It sounds like one time she heard the terminology head ass and couldn't remember it all, so now it's just butt ass.
No, it started off with her putting, like, they were two separate words, and then she has combined them.
Uh-oh. Then through the power of cosmic energy.
She's saying it as, like, she's not allowed to say the word ass at some places, so she'll say butt. You're being a butt. To replace the word ass, because she knows they mean the same thing. And then she'd be like, wait, no, Dad lets me say ass, so then she would say, Dad, you're being a butt. Ass.
Ass.
And now it's just become a sentence to her that she uses all the time. And it's so cute. It's so cute. I'm sure that there's some people out there right now that would talk about how I'm a fucking sinner for it, but oh my god, at a yard sale, a lady came in and she saw the painting of all the like religious symbols on the walls of the church. And she started telling everybody that was going in the door how our church is a building of heathens and we're all evil and demonic, and like lost her fucking shit about it.
Yeah, it does sound
and she
right.
got mad at me because I was working outside because that's where all the furniture and heavy shit is. And she gets mad at me because I didn't open the door for this lady that was going inside. Like, I'm watching a cash box. Like, I can't leave the cash box. And there was a lady going in that was in a walker. And it's like, the thing is 80% of our fucking church is people in walkers. So in my brain, I'm just like, okay, yeah, this is like a regular church member going in the door. We have doors that are made for fucking people in walkers and shit. But I became the expression of the devil to this woman because I didn't hold the door open for a lady with a walker, which, like, fair. But also it was like 10 feet away and she poked her head out the door to ask me a question and then went back in. But that was like made me the devil to this woman. And I fucking love that.
Yeah, you're awful.
I love that, like, oh my god, they accept everybody, so they're the devil.
Yeah. Yeah, that is how it works. Sorry, you're bad.
Yep.
Bad news bears.
Oh yeah, no, we are.
Oh, he bad.
We are pure Satanism. To be fair, I would join the Church of Satanism. 100%.
Nah, not me.
I mean, they're just trying to like fight against the religious crazed religious people? I don't know what words I'm trying to use.
I don't either.
Well, the Church of Satanism is not an actual religion. You guys know that, right? So, like, their whole thing is just, like, being anti-religious establishment. They're against, like, established religions, trying to, like, get, like, Bible readings in schools and shit.
Tax cuts.
That too. To be fair, they do a good job of it too. Like, there was a school trying to put a cross up, so they were like, fine, if you're putting that cross up, then, you know, equal is equal, so you have to put up this statue of Baphomet. Oof. They did not put up the cross.
Needless to say.
I do remember that, actually.
It was like a news. It was on the news and shit. I think that one was, at least.
Out there.
Anything else new in your guys' lives?
No, that's really about it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I would love to say my life's exciting.
If anything else has happened.
I try to keep my life very non-exciting.
Exactly.
He tries so hard.
No, I mean you have to. You have to put work into it to live happy.
Other than your birthday next week, also you had the Fun Fantasy thing.
Oh yeah, I am going to an orchestra.
Ooh, one of those like orchestras of the game music.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fun.
He's very excited.
I would
Like a nerd.
That's okay.
Almost want to go with you, but I won't definitely not have the time.
No, never.
That's fair. It's tough to find time.
Dude, like you would think that me being mostly a stay-at-home dad, I would have time, and that is not the.
Oh no,
situation.
not at all.
It's like once time opens up, you just find shit to fill it with. Like shit just gets filled so fast. I do think that I'm going to be getting a job offer here soon that I'm going to be accepting.
Yeah.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Outreach for the church that I go to. So it would be like well, the equation you would put it to like a religious church would be like the youth ministers / outreach program. Which, by the way, this church is so, like, the people in it are so fucking old that when they say youth, they mean people between the ages of 18 and 28.
That's
Love
fair.
it.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I don't do anything else. It's just I'm always busy with shit because I'm still working on this fucking house. Which is going.
How's the house coming along?
It's a lot better than what it was. I'm actually upstairs, and I'm not melting.
Oh, that's
Hey,
good.
there you go.
Yeah, our upstairs. Did I tell you guys about our upstairs situation? I mean, I'm sure I did, but I don't know if you remember.
I know that there was something that you wanted me to go through at the time.
Oh, I still want to go and look at my attic portal because my attic portal's hilarious. But,
I will be. I can't be the virgin sacrifice anymore, my guy.
well, I've been up there in the attic a lot now, so
Oh, okay.
it's definitely not possessed. We've had nothing bad happen to this house at all, which is nice. But there was no insulation upstairs in the house at all.
Oh,
So
that would do it.
Our second floor, which is where I'm at now. During the summer, it got up to like 120 degrees. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It doesn't sound awesome.
Yeah, I'm lying. Yeah, I'm fully lying. I will admit that.
You said never. This is bullshit.
Yeah, everything I'm saying is a lie. But no, it's really nice up here. It's pretty. It's not really nice. It's still about 10 degrees hotter than it is downstairs, but that's still fucking better.
Honestly.
Yeah. If it's hot outside, if it's cool outside, it's cooler up here than it is downstairs usually.
I have to get so many dart monkeys, man. Oh my god.
I keep my house at 69 degrees, so it's usually pretty okay up here.
I usually keep it at 68.
68's a good number.
He tries.
I'm very cold. Like
Sometimes I put it to 69 despite him.
Well, 69's it's for the memes.
Right, of course.
Yeah, I mean you gotta. It's.
Just for spite.
Did you say just for spite?
Yeah.
But
I told you I moved to 69 to spite you.
do you guys watch any other podcasts?
Not at all.
I don't watch podcasts at all, actually.
Well, I guess listen to podcasts. I don't watch shit. I listen to podcasts.
Oh, so apologies. Yeah, no, I don't listen to any podcasts at all.
No, that was my mistake, not yours. No need to apologize to me. I'm the heathen here.
You are the heathen.
Yeah, that's true. Hail Satan. I listen to Markiplier's podcast, and I've started listening to a D&D podcast called, well, never mind.
Oh no.
It's gone. My head just shut off. I'm gonna look it up though. Called Dungeons and Daddies.
Funny.
Nice.
It's they're playing a campaign, but they describe everything obviously for the podcast, and it's about them getting sucked into the like normal people in our world. We're on an adventure going to a soccer game for their kids, and they get sucked into the world of D&D, and their kids get kidnapped, and they're trying to find their kids in the world of D&D. It's really fucking funny.
That's fair.
Markiplier's podcast is really good too.
But yeah, no, I've never been a huge podcast person. I just thought it'd be fun to do one. Because talking can be fun.
Yeah, it's just a good opportunity to catch up to.
Or just listening to other people say stupid shit and just being like, haha, that was funny, and that's the basis of it.
Haha, that was funny.
Oh, okay, you can go fuck yourself.
That was funny.
She's never gonna talk to us again.
Well,
Oh my god.
how is
Do you think me?
how is the shop now that you're the manager? How's that going still? Still going good?
So here's the thing. Am I having a time in like learning everything and getting everything under control and getting it all in order? Yes, I do find genuine enjoyment out of that. Is it difficult when two of your techs don't like each other and then you have to deal with the fallout of that, even when one you can tell is genuinely trying to do a better job than what they have done in the past, but the other one won't let go of the issue that was in the past?
This
So
sounds very specific.
Yeah, this sounds
yeah,
like
yeah, it's irritating to say the least. But I've enjoyed being the manager, if that is the grounded question that we have here.
I would say so.
I have enjoyed it.
That's good.
It has been a fun time for me personally.
Oh, in the next month, Spencer, I should be selling D&D dice.
Selling D&D dice?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a 3D printer, or like, are you doing resin?
I'm doing resin molds. I'm also selling D20 candles.
Okay.
And D20, like, I can basically drop anything into a D20 resin, obviously, you know, functional.
Right.
And I'm doing, like, ornamental shit. And then I think I'm going to start doing hollow dice, too, which is going to have, like, it'll be a D20 that's going to be filled with water and have shit suspended in them.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. But I am doing resin. I want to get a 3D printer to start doing those kind of things, too. But I also need to continue working on my wood shop, which is a whole other thing that is expensive. And, yeah, so... I'm kind of too diversified in what I'm making. I need to hone in.
You know, shit happens.
I need to hone one in before I start making more other things. Ooh, I'm actually.
Well, at least you have ideas you're exploring.
Oh yeah, no.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I make a lot of shit now. Did I tell you guys I made a bondage bed?
Oh my god, I feel like that conversation happened at some point with me. I don't know if that happened with Spencer here.
Well, I think it happened with you.
I do remember it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
I really like making you feel awkward.
I know.
Hobbies. It's becoming harder and
I
harder
know,
as time goes on.
Yeah, it is, because I've gotten a lot more comfortable with myself as a person. Am I still 100%? No, not at all. I'm still incredibly low in self-confidence, but not as low as I used to be.
And guess what? No one's 100%.
Nope.
It's true.
I find myself becoming more and more comfortable with myself every day.
But, like, I'm not getting completely blasted by embarrassment all the time anymore, but
I'm proud of you. You've done
it
so
definitely
good for
still
yourself.
exists. Did it already happen today once? Yes, but it's still not as common as it used to be.
I just think it's fun. I think it's silly.
It's because Spencer thinks it's really funny when it happens, so he tries.
Well, you gotta try. I try too.
I know.
I'm actually making you.
Everyone thinks it's so funny.
Which I need to.
Is it a haha? You're old.
No.
No, that's fair.
It was a hand carved wood thing. And it's
You're supposed to put it in your ass.
No, I think that would hurt. It would hurt. It would hurt a lot.
I had to confirm.
It is sharp. It is, if I can get it finished and actually get it to you ever, which is the real struggle for me in life.
Yeah.
It is a reminder of a conversation that you and I had that I still think about every now and then, which is hilarious to me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I love it.
I'll have to think about that one.
I say things like that, and you guys are just like, "Oh no, it's Charlie. What a fucking dickhead."
What an asshole.
Oh no, I'm interested. I'm just wondering why Biz is going. Oh no.
Because Biz knows me.
Because
Biz knows to be scared.
I feel the terror in the air.
You know what? I'll even kind of tell you what it is, because I don't really care, and I don't know if I'm able to get it to you on your birthday or anywhere around your birthday. So it is a wooden hand-carved replica of one of the weapons from Final Fantasy X-2.
One of the weapons from what? I missed it.
Final Fantasy X-2.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that is funny. I was thinking back on all the things that you guys had. Any like
Controversy?
Oh, what's the word? I guess controversy would be the correct one, and that was the one thing I could think of was 10-2.
Yep. Yeah. So that is it.
I guess my oh no was correct. Cool.
Yeah, it was. You were spot on apparently.
Sorry, didn't mean to.
I'll
reel it back in next time.
I worked on Pain's sword for a little bit, and it came out really fucking wrong because the wood had a knot in it. So I'm kind of dabbling in switching to a different weapon right now, but I'm trying to pick out which one I should try next. Or if I should just try to do Pain sword again right this time.
Ooh.
So you'll see it when you get it, and you can decide if you hate it or like it.
Decide if it's cool or not.
Well, I am excited.
I did I'm doing a print of the Transformer symbol on wood for Kyle for his birthday.
Cow.
It's actually really easy to take like a picture and transpose it onto wood. That is surprisingly simple.
It is.
And then like
Are you doing wood burning?
I can do wood burning. I have wood burning stuff. I just don't do it often. So one of my issues with like artistic things is that I really struggle with holding like an image in my head. I have that thing where I don't think in pictures. I can't like visualize things easily, which is common for people with ADHD. But so it becomes a thing where like I can imagine what something would look like, but I can't sustain the picture for long in my head. So what I kind of end up having to do is like when I'm doing 3D things, it's a lot easier because I can just like be like, okay, that part looks wrong, and then I fix that. But doing non-3D things is a fucking nightmare. So that's where like wood burning's a problem for me, is because I can't keep an image in my head.
Yeah.
And you would think, but couldn't you just do that thing where you're like, oh, well, that looks wrong, but like with a 2D image? And I would love it if that worked, but you kind of have to know.
I would love to, but
Yeah, like you kind of have to know where the image is going to go in a 2D image before you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you're drawing or whatever, burning in this case. And I can't maintain that level of fucking concentration for 5 seconds.
That's honestly understandable.
Is it? Because I really wish it was more understandable to me why my brain won't function that way. But that's why I like dealing with like 3D things so much, is because again, I can just like look at it and visualize. It is a visualize of what it should look like in the end, you know?
I do know.
It itself becomes the visualization at some point. I really like whittling.
Whittling?
I've tried whittling.
I really like whittling.
I have never personally.
What was your issue with whittling, Spencer?
Oh no, I've just never tried it.
Oh, you
I
said
don't
you
have, like,
never
an
tried it. I thought you said that you tried it.
No.
It's really.
He's about to say
relaxing.
whittling shit.
Hey, it's definitely not a fucking for everybody thing. If you ever do fucking try it, trust me on this, wet wood, not dry.
I believe it.
Yeah, keep a spray bottle with you and just spray that son of a bitch every now and then too.
Oh, I have no boomerang monkeys out here. What am I doing?
Who needs boomerang monkeys? You just dart monkey.
For real though, they're not that great, but like I should level it up a little bit, I guess.
Did you ever play like the old balloon tower defenses?
Yes, I've played all of them.
Literally, all you have to do is dart monkey and you win.
It's true.
The new ones are a little bit more balanced now. You have to actually like try.
Yeah, with all like the camo balloons, and there's some that are immune to magical attacks and shit like that.
I think Sarah's gonna be waking up here soon. It's 1:40. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's a late start to the day for me.
Well, Sarah works night shifts, and she just worked night shift last night.
No excuse. No, I'm kidding.
No shit. And this year, Christian House.
Get out of bed. What are you doing?
If you work until 7 in the morning, you better be up the next day at 7 in the morning.
It's true.
It's true.
There's no, you just stay up like a real man.
Bing bong.
Dude, even at, like when I was a fucking Jesus, when I was a kid, dude, I used to stay up all night and then try to go to school the next day like that was gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Oh god. But now, God, it's you know how much personal guilt I was able to let go of by realizing that the reason I struggled so much with school was because of ADHD.
An absolute fuckton, I'm sure.
Oh my god, it makes me feel so much more self-confidence than I used to ever have because of the guilt that I used to feel about failing school, like not doing good in school. God, do you know how many fucking times my teacher said, if you would just apply yourself?
Oh my god.
I literally cannot. I want to. My brain doesn't let me.
Yeah, no, that phrase in of itself is just an amount of fury I feel in my skin.
It's a fucking trigger word, isn't it? It just immediately sets you off. If you just apply you know what, lady, listen, do you think I'm sitting over here thinking to myself, God, I hope I fucking fail this class? No, I'm, trust me when I say that, I'm fucking trying, it's just not working out, alright? So, like, how about you eat
like, I can't, like, I genuinely am trying so hard.
And it was so frustrating, because I was in fucking special education math classes, but then I was in,
yeah.
and then I was in college degree levels of, like, computer sciences classes and shit, and it's like, how the fuck did nobody sit down and go, you know, it seems like if he cares about something, he does really good, but he can't focus on the other classes. Maybe there's a problem here, and it pisses me off that nobody ever fucking thought about it.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with my roommate yesterday that, like, we're just so bad at, helping people that have, like, different neurodivergent stuff that, like, we can't tell if we, like, is it trauma? Is it, you know, like, what happened? Why are we having issues here? It's because we just can't, no one knows how to actually deal with it.
One of the, like, most important things I think I've learned in the recent years of becoming an adult is, like, which I think of myself as becoming an adult now. I don't, because...
Oh, yeah. I understand that feeling.
But, like, you don't understand at all what's inside of somebody else's head or how it functions. Irregardless of how much you study or read or know that person, their brain can function in a completely fucking different way than you even imagine it could. So it's like, I was talking with one of my friends the other day, about like the death sentence and like is it a like okay thing. And it's like, I used to say like, you know, yeah, the death sentence is acceptable. There's some people who like, you know, can't be fixed. But now I look back on it and it's like, how the fuck can I justify that when I can't even say that their brain is functioning like it should in any way, shape, or form, and there's no way to ever know if they even have some brain disease that we never even fucking imagined. So it's like, how can I justify ever judging somebody to that degree that they don't deserve to live when their problem could probably be solved if we just understood their brain? I'm not saying what anybody like these kind of people are doing is right. What I'm saying is like, how do we as an outside viewer look at somebody and go, yeah, your brain functions
How can you just say that?
Yeah, your brain functions in a well enough way for us to decide that you should die for the things you do.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I get the perspective of like, monsters need to get out of here and equal punishment, because like I get it, but like, I don't think I could ever stand, I could never be a judge because of that, or I could never like vote on a policy in which like, do we agree with a death sentence or something, because like I don't comprehend it anymore in a logical way. I can't logic the idea.
I can respect that.
Obviously, the person I was talking to completely disagreed with me.
Oh, yeah.
What? No, that never happens.
Again, I can't.
That never happens to you ever.
Can't stress enough that I'm not justifying the actions of monsters, but like, what I'm saying is what made them the monster in the first place is something that I would never be able to understand.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? Oh. I have so many dart monkeys, you have no idea.
No, I do have an idea. I really do have an idea. I have played the shit out of Bloom Tower Defense. I really like my persona of like never being in the group chat for You Break I Fix, and then just every once in a while popping in with some like
bullshit and then leaving so fast.
Some like deep enlightenment shit and then just fucking disappearing into the nether. It is my favorite role in life and I fucking love it. And I want you to know that I cherish it so much more than anybody understands.
Every single time. And you're like, bye, bitch, and then that's it.
And I just disappear forever. Like, I'm just not, like, I literally pop in once a month, find something that somebody's talking about, come up with, like, a whole philosophy around it, and then fucking...
Get the fuck out as fast as possible.
Say some shit, and then dip. And it is my favorite character that I play in life. Spencer, do you know about this? That this is a thing I do?
I'm not in that group chat enough to, like, actually pay attention. I'm sorry.
There was one day that, like, I think it was Taylor was talking about a customer getting mad at her, and I just popped in, and I was like, you know how much happier the world would be if we all stopped putting the mask of our enemy on the faces of the people we don't know? And then I just never said anything back after that.
She was probably like, what the fuck?
She literally referenced, she was like, Charlie, you can't just pop in here and say some shit like that guy from Spy Kids, and then dip.
Except I did.
Oh, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, I think she did specify Steve Buscemi, but I couldn't remember his fucking name.
Do you think God doesn't come down here because he too fears what he created?
Well, you know what? That's an even more complex question for me.
You went, god dang.
Well, I think that's like the shit that he says.
It is. That's pretty much exactly what he says.
From Spy Kids? Yeah.
Spy Kids is one of those, like, underappreciated gems.
I love Spy Kids.
I know. Like, I feel like it should be talked about more. Like, those movies were amazing.
Let's... Yes, that'll do.
I'm going to lose my scout.
But I feel like I'm just the Steve Buscemi of that group chat at this point. It's like I just drop in some philosophy and then dip. I go to...
You said blah blah blah, and then you're gone.
Wasn't there somebody recently that was talking about how like men are monsters, and I was like, I don't remember what I said to her or them. I don't know who it was. But like, I feel like I changed their whole philosophy on the idea.
Maybe.
I don't remember what
You
it
tend
was.
to do that to people.
I do, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I might be a monster myself. I don't know.
Are you a monster man? Spencer's a monster man. He says it all the time.
I might be. I don't know. You never know if you're the monster until it's too late.
Always the villain in someone else's story.
Dude, oh god, if there was a fucking title to my autobiography, that would be it. And the thing is I know I'm an asshole, but I don't think I'm that bad of a person.
I don't think you're that bad of a person either.
But I'm always the villain in somebody else's story. Which is
yeah, we're not even gonna get back to our origin story where we don't know if Spencer is the villain or not.
Oh, I mean, he's clearly the villain in somebody else's story.
Yeah.
Truth.
I don't think of Spencer as the villain myself, but I'm biased, so you know. The real question is if this is a TV show, which one of us is the main character?
Well, you're the host of the podcast, so...
I've also, you know, live out in the middle of nowhere and don't talk to anybody, so...
He could be the protagonist.
Spencer, don't encourage my main character syndrome, okay?
I mean, it's not me. I just want to sit here and play my silly little games.
Well, isn't that the protagonist of every show? They want to have a peaceful life and sit and play their pretty little game, or silly little games, and then all of a sudden they're having adventure thrust upon them.
That's kind of how it works.
No.
Like Biz is gonna get kidnapped and you're gonna have to go save her.
Oh God, I hope not.
Are you gonna go Liam Neeson on some people?
Well,
you're not a
there
dog.
Goes Mario.
Calm down. Us guys are willing to do so much for the woman we love, but like our dogs, fuck around and find out.
Some John Wick bullshit.
I get those.
Holy shit! I survived that round. Oh my god, that was insane.
That's what she said.
Ugh, that was stupid. Is that what she said? Damn it. I missed it.
I am going to end the recording of this podcast because I have enough to edit already, and I'm gonna hate it. So
that's
enough.
fair.
I mean, like, how much do we got? Hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours.
You went wait shit.
No.
Enough.
We have 2.5 hours.
So you have enough, is what you're saying?
Yeah. So, bye.
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 All right, now we can do our thing that we do where we talk about things we didn't want to talk about on stream.
Yo, my boobs right now? No.
Yeah?
No, not at all, actually.